Sustainable Tourism Conference 2026. The destination has been selected, and that destination is Belize. So we are going to welcome all our members, and sustainable experts and so on to please come down to Belize in 2026. This year's STC is going to be a bit more toolkit-oriented. You're going to have a lot more deeper discussions, the analysis and so on. You'll get a lot more new material, new toolkits, new best practices, because over time things change. And of course, you may see some new speakers as well emerge, new experts and so on in the field. So it's a lot to look forward to. The theme I'm looking at for next year in particular is integrating those colors of development into sustainability. So for example, most times, we've focused on the most ubiquitous colors. We've heard conversations on the blue economy, we've heard conversations on the green economy. Blue meaning marine spaces, oceans and so on. The green referring to land-based, eco-type attractions and so. Orange economy is one that has propped up a lot recently, speaking to culture, heritage, the arts and so on, music and the softer dimensions of development. And of course, you also have the purple economy, which deals with human inclusion, diversity. It ties in nicely with Sustainable Development Goal number 5 and number 8. And of course, there are other colors of development that will be integrated as well, because there's also a silver economy. There's also a brown economy. There's a black economy. That's the unregulated Airbnbs and so on. They have a role to play as well. All right. And there's a white economy. There's something called a sunshine economy as well. So there are so many other colors of development that we want to start integrating into sustainable planning and sustainable development. Now, sustainability, since it first emerged in the Brundtland report of 1987, up until 1997, you had about 200 definitions of sustainability. What makes the CTO unique and different is our integration of climate and putting climate on the front burner and integrating that into one of our pillars of sustainable development. And of course, that pillar would be tied into the blue economy next year as well. So it's a lot of treats for those persons who are, sustainability fans. You want to come down, you want to make sure and register, you want to be part of this event. You're going to get a lot of new knowledge exchange, new toolkits, new best practices and so on that are going to flesh out, and they're going to be coming out of this event we have next year. And of course, new actionable tools to take back and actually start implementing and improving sustainable development in the Caribbean. What we also have been doing as well with regards to sustainability, it's also integrating that fashion, that notion of regenerative tourism. So even in our reimagined plan that we have and we've made public, within that plan is no longer called sustainable tourism alone. It's sustainable and regenerative tourism. And of course, the difference between the two, it's sustainability really holds your resource base constant, while regenerative tourism engages in those type of carbon positive niche product development that ensures that you leave the environment better than you found it. And of course, all of those will be fleshed out next year. Most of the activities that we have started engaging in, we have tied an element of regeneration into it. And I'll give you an example. When we were invited to be part of Karifffest, it wasn't just simply people coming and visiting our booths and collecting pamphlets and going, but it was a matter of them coming to our booths. We had a Roots of Responsibility pledge board, where individuals who visited our booth came and they signed pledges to protect the environment, to guard their green spaces and so on. They stuck it onto the pledge board, and of course they were given a packet of seed that they can go back and actually plant at home and regenerate and do something that contributes positively to the environment. And of course, out of Karifffest, we gave out over 500 seeds, in that one-off event. We also as well had over 254 pledges, 254 more people saying that they are going to start putting the environment on the front burner.